It is 100% possible for you to change your department or course after your first year at the university, but I must tell you that it is an extremely difficult process. The reason is because half of your classmates are also trying to change from your current department to whatever course they initially applied to study at the university. In 2017, when I wrote my fourth JAM, I got admission for animal biology instead of the medical course I applied for. My initial decision was to reject the admission, but when I spoke with a senior friend, he advised I accept the admission, that it was possible for me to switch to another department. Well, the process is not really straightforward. It is the reason why I've decided to make this video, to really give you a complete understanding and insight of this process, because officially you can change your department, but the main question is, will you be able to change your department at the end of the day? If you are new to this channel, make sure you click on the subscribe button, like this video, and you are free to ask me any question in the comment and I will definitely get back to you. Now, the first thing you must do when you've gotten admission for a different course is to accept the admission. I know this is very difficult because you've applied for law, you applied for medicine, you applied for pharmacy, and now you are not seeing a course that you don't even have an idea of what it is. Imagine applying for pharmacy and you've gotten admission for human kinetics. It can be very discouraging, but the first thing you need to do is to accept the admission. The reason I'm going to advise you to accept the admission is because, as the saying goes, a bird in hand is better than two in the bushes. After you've accepted the admission, the next thing you need to do is to work towards getting a high CGPA. There is no disadvantage whatsoever with getting a high CGPA in your academics, whether you end up changing your department or not. You see, change of department is a highly competitive process. If you should ask your classmates, they probably also want to change their department. That tells you that those that will be able to change department are usually the best students, like those with the best CGPA. So in your first year, you must always target a high CGPA. I'm talking about 4.5 and above. A high CGPA will increase your chances of changing your department. But unfortunately, getting a high CGPA is not an automatic ticket for you to change your department. This now brings us to the next point, which is you finding out the real requirements for you to change your department. Every school has their own peculiar and different process with change of course. In some schools, all you need to do is to get a high CGPA. In some schools, you need connection. In some schools, you need to pay money. In 2017, after getting my admission, I resumed lectures. I was doing well academically. My results were excellent, and a few of my classmates, I think we were about 3, we are on first class CGPA. We went and met with my HOD and told him that, sir, we would like to transfer to a different department. And he sat us down and started telling us that our department is the best, is better than medicine, is better than pharmacy, is better than medical lab science, like it's the best department. And he was definitely not willing to sign us out of the department, because the challenge with change of course is that your HOD, the HOD of your current department, must sign you out from that department. So even if you are trying to go to nursing science and nursing sciences have accepted your transfer, if your current HOD does not sign you out, you are definitely going nowhere. So after getting that revelation for him, I knew exactly that the change of course would not be possible, and that was why I had to explore other alternative options that I will definitely share with you in this video. So at this point in time, it is very important that you find out very important information, because in some departments they don't allow students to transfer. How do you really get this information? Number one is that in your hostel, in your Christian or your Muslim fellowship, there is usually someone called a academic coordinator, who is usually a final year student. I want you to meet this person, tell him your dilemma, just inform him that you are admitted to social department and you are planning to transfer here. Like, what does it really take in this current department? He will be able to give you some insight. And not just stop there, you also need to go further to look for those that have actually done such transfer. For example, I'm in statistics and I want to transfer to computer science. You need to look for someone that was previously in statistics department but currently now studying computer science. So in that your fellowship, in your hostel or wherever you are, you should be able to locate somebody that has gone through that. Now when you locate that person, he or she will be able to tell you the facts. If it's just CGPA that is required, it's going to tell you that just get your CGPA and you get your transfer. Or the person might tell you, well, I'm actually related to the Commissioner of Education. That was why he was able to call the VC, and at the end of the day, I found myself in this new department. Or the person might tell you it involves money. So it just depends on it. Another thing you can actually do is to get your parents involved. For example, you want to transfer to pharmacy. You can tell your mom or dad to meet with the HOD of pharmacy department to know the requirements or what they can do to ensure your successful transfer to that department. That is just how it works. The next thing you need to do is to register for extra courses. Now, in your first year, you discover that you will do almost the same courses with students in other departments. For example, I'm a student of microbiology and I want to transfer to medical lab science. You find out that as a microbiology student, you are definitely going to offer almost the same number of courses as those in medical laboratory sciences, but there will usually be one or two differences. For example, those in medical laboratory sciences may be offering Bio 102 and Chem 122. So it means that as a microbiology student, you are not supposed to offer Bio 102 and Chem 122, but because you have the intention of transferring or changing your course to medical laboratory sciences, you would not have to register for Bio 102 or Chem 122. It is the same for all courses. If you are in public administration and you want to transfer to law, there are courses that law students are offering that you are not currently offering. So it means that you have to register those courses. Now, how do you know about these courses? It's simple. It's for you to either meet with the course rep of that department or go to the department office. You want to transfer to law, go to law faculty, ask them, tell them you want the course outline, you want the number of courses that you have to register in order for you to transfer to the department, and they will definitely give you this info. Now, after getting this information, you have to register these courses and attend their lectures, write the exam, and pass excellently well. Now, one thing you should know is that as a student who is trying to transfer to another department, you're actually different from the rest of your course-mates, because your course-mates are just there studying their course. Oh, I'm studying crop science. They are just there with their crop science. But because you want to study a higher course per se, it means that you have to read like those in that higher courses. Like for me, back then when I was in my first year, I used to read more than those in medicine and surgery because I knew I wanted to transfer to the College of Medicine. So your mindset has to be different from the rest of your course-mates if you know truly you want to do this change of course. Now, after you've registered for the courses, attend lectures, the next thing you need to do is to apply for the change of course form. The change of course form usually comes out during the second semester. So the application is online for most schools and you'll be required to pay a certain amount of money. Back then, it used to be like 20,000 naira, but now some schools charge up to like 50,000, 150,000, 200,000. So the fee depends on your school. And another thing you must know is that it is possible for you to transfer from one faculty to another faculty. It's called inter-faculty transfer, while transferring from one department to another department is called intra-faculty transfer. I want to talk about the alternative route because, like I said earlier in this video, I could not do the change of course for my department because my HOD was not willing to sign me off. And some of you, when you make that inquiry I discussed about in stage 3, you might discover that your department does not allow students to transfer to other courses. So what do you do in this case? You have to sit for another JAMB exam, and this is exactly what I did. It's a very painful process because imagine after writing JAMB 1, 2, 3 times and you finally got admission, but not for the course you want to study, and now you now have to sit for another JAMB again while in school. And it's very difficult in the sense that you have to combine your academic work with your JAMB preparation because your academics cannot suffer because you are preparing for JAMB. Remember, you are trying to get a high CGPA and also you are trying to get a high JAMB score. This is where the whole challenge is. But I'm telling you that at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it because you are trying to get the course you want to study. Even if your department allows you to do change of course, it's still advisable you sit for another JAMB in order to use it as a backup plan, because sometimes when you've gotten the assurance that you'll be able to transfer, it might not be possible based on how competitive it is. But when you sit for another JAMB, it gives you a whole lot of opportunity for you to be able to change of course. I'm sure that this video has been able to give you a very good insight on the change of course system at various universities. If you have any question, you need any further clarification, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will definitely reach out to you, respond to your message, and assist you as much as I can. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time. I wish you success in your academics, and I hope to hear good news from you very soon. For now, it is bye-bye.